Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg Podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our savage take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the SaVeg Podcast.
Woo, woo.
Woo, woo. This is our final episode of 2021.
Well,
for the patrons.
Exactly. For our Patreon family, this is the final episode of 2021. And
Oh
for
my God.
all of y'all public listeners,
It's already 2021,
It is-
bitches. Why is this here? Anyways.
it is 2021. It is 2022.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to say it.
I know.
2022.
It's been a year, guys.
It's been a year. But anyway, first, we're going to start off with Patreon shout outs because
That
we
is
got
right.
two new lovely patrons this month.
We do.
So we want to say thank you to Kat.
And to Kim.
Oh my God, thank you so much, you guys, for joining our Patreon family. Once again, if you are not part of our family, come join us over at patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Yeah.
You will get an episode, a bonus episode every single month that is only exclusive to patrons. And
You get all the content a week early, ad-free. There's also we do some voting and all kinds of stuff on there.
lots of fun stuff. So come
Yeah.
join us over on Patreon. And my God.
And also,
Uh-huh.
if you want to find out what happened to Rose's hamper, I
Oh my
suggest you check out
Guys,
the
if you
Patreon.
listen to the last, there was 2 episodes ago where I was talking about the mysterious disappearance of my laundry basket. And I was concerned and I had to call basically I thought that somebody broke into my house and stole my laundry basket along with my dirty underwear. And, well, there is an update to that.
There is an update, guys.
We discussed it on Patreon.
What really happened, you'll have to watch Patreon to find out, guys. That's in our December exclusive.
And can we talk about Daniel's bandana? What is
So-
this?
So, guys, basically...
If you're watching
yeah.
on video, you can see this.
You can see I have a little bandana. It's actually not a bandana. It's like a...
Can you showcase
Yeah, I can
the
showcase.
product at its...
will-
Oh my God, I'm concerned. Okay, there you go.
Also, guys, by the way, this is not product placement. I have not been sponsored by whatever this brand is that sells
Also,
these.
guys, we are filming this in my apartment, so we're switching up the studio again.
It's been switched. This
And
is
I
like the
think
seventh
this
time.
is going to be our new studio for the time being.
So basically, guys, I'm thinking I wanted to do some outdoor running, but it's like really cold right now. It's like minus like a gazillion.
You're going to run outdoors
Not
in
in this
minus
weather.
gajillion. Okay.
And basically, I went into this running store that we have. It's called the Running Room, and they had a bunch of like really cool stuff. And one thing they have is like this. It's like I don't know.
Scarf almost?
It's like
But you can cover your face.
Exactly. It's like for covering your
I feel
face.
like I could use it just in general life.
Yeah, exactly. I will.
Like on a day like this.
But also, it's like special material so that you can like breathe properly.
Oh.
But it keeps you like quite warm, so it's like really cool. Anyway,
And then I told him to wear it as a bandana.
yeah, Rose wanted me to wear it like this, like almost like a
A bandana.
yeah,
A
but
toque. A
I've
beanie.
Decided it's so versatile, guys. I'm just gonna wear it like this. I think it looks a little cute. Looks like I'm about to go for a jog.
Yeah, it does look like you're about to go for a jog.
Like I'm in an 80s fitness video.
Yes.
That's what it looks like right now.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, oh my God, I can't believe it's literally about to be 2022.
It is crazy.
And I was just telling Daniel that I feel like 2021 was like kind of shit.
Well, the funny thing is, so like we were like originally we were going to do some stories for this episode. We do have a few stories, but I kind of wanted to go a different approach because I recently watched on Netflix. So there was like a show called Death to 2020, which was like a kind of parody about what happened in 2020.
Yeah, it was like a satirical, like,
Yeah.
it was kind of like a mockumentary.
Oh, it was
I think
totally a
that's what it's
mockumentary
called.
because
Yeah.
they had like live news footage and then people would comment and it was so fucking funny. Like I remember there was this one comedian, I can't remember her name, but she like commented on the presidential debate,
Right.
You know, between Joe Biden and President Trump, and she was like, God, you know, it felt like an argument at a goddamn seniors home or something. I can't remember. She said some other stuff and it was so fucking funny. But anyway, they released another one that was like 2021. I guess it's just come out I think in the last week or something. I haven't actually watched all of it. I started watching a bit of it. And then I was like, actually, it's been such a crazy year. There's been so much that has happened. So I thought this episode will be like our first episode in the new year for you guys that are watching on the public platform. And then obviously for our Patreons, it's right before the new year. So I thought, one, we could talk about some of the stuff that we want to do in the new year. Because I actually have I don't want to call them resolutions, but things that I want to do in the new year.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a few.
So resolutions.
Yeah, kind of. And then also, I wanted to kind of look back at the year that we've had on this podcast. And like, I was thinking we could like go through, because it's crazy, guys. Even just like, I was like glancing, I just like pulled up our YouTube and was like glancing at old episodes. And I was like, oh my God, like we didn't even record in person this year until like April.
Right. Because it was like we weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy.
There's been so much that has happened this year. And it's just been, you know, I thought this would be a moment for us to kind of
reminisce
also,
about the shitty year it was.
but also talk about the future, Rose.
God damn, I don't like talking about the future.
Why not?
Because it'd be scary.
Why are you scared?
What gonna happen?
I don't know. But
you seem very, very optimistic.
You know me. I'm full of
very
optimism.
cheerful.
Not when I came into your house, that's for sure.
Yeah, I missed. I was telling Daniel, because he was being the grumpy Daniel that I love. My favorite type of Daniel, when he's like pissed off and grumpy,
hungover,
vicious. Yes. Today is like literally, guys, it's like minus 30 degrees or something.
So cold.
It is freezing outside, to the point where like inside the home it's already like, because we have pretty good insulation in Canada.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's fucking cold when like you're starting to get breeze, like cold breeze into the home.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's bad. Anyways.
You're like, God damn, is that why you put that little bag there to try to block the breeze?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, why is it so cold?
The best thing to do is I put like a towel.
Yeah, I
So
put like a very small towel, but I need to put like an actual towel.
Yeah, like a big one, and then it will prevent that.
Anyways,
God damn.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, so he came in grumpy as fuck, you know, like basically being like, fuck my fucking life. I was like, keep that energy for the podcast.
Yeah.
But now you're all cheery again, so
Well,
I'll be the grumpy cat.
Fake it till I make it. One thing I did want to talk about before we start talking about our, you know,
I want to hear about your resolution.
Non-resolutions. Do you want to hear about them? They're not that interesting.
Well,
but I
don't have
few.
resolutions because I'm dead inside.
Accurate statement of 2022. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So
I mean, I'm already perfect, so no need for resolutions.
Yeah, you can't. Why change perfection?
Exactly.
Why mess with perfection?
Exactly. If it ain't broken,
don't fix it. No, but okay. So I have a couple. They're not so much resolutions, but things that I've done. So number one, I've re-registered for the half marathon next year.
Oh, God damn.
So
I don't know if I'm gonna join. I've been thinking about it.
Why are you gonna join?
Why am I not gonna join? I don't know. I'd be scared. I haven't ran since the last one. Well, I ran a little bit, but I haven't like ran seriously since we did the half marathon.
Well, you have 5 months to train, Rose.
And right now it's really cold.
I know.
So you can't really say we have 5 months. We probably have like a month.
Okay, let's not get ridiculous. But anyway, so I'm going to start. So obviously in the new
half
year,
marathon.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm going to start training when it's not minus fucking 20,000. I am going to start running outside. So I went into this like running store in Eau Claire. For those of you that don't know Calgary, this is like central Calgary, downtown, and there's a store called the Running Room. And they have like just tons of stuff in there for like winter running as well. They have these like.
Are you sure they're not paying you for all this free promotion you're giving them?
Well, yeah, they are. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you have to split that portion of the sponsorship, Daniel. Anyways.
But yeah, so they have like tons of stuff there, and like I'm gonna just stock up on some winter running gear. And when it's like, maybe if it's like a little bit, like not now, like it's just too cold.
Now, no.
Literally, you go outside right now, and like even if you're not wearing gloves or something, like your hands in like a second, it's like instant freeze.
Yeah. Even if you are wearing gloves.
Yeah. Well, and I looked at my like little app, and you know how they have like the temperature outside and then what it feels like.
Yeah.
Which I really love that. I think was it you that sent me the TikTok that was like someone was like,
who decides like what it feels like?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, it's minus 25, but whoo, it feels like minus 40 outside.
Well, this is the thing. So I looked at the app and it said minus 28, and then it said feels like minus 39.
Oh my God. It's with wind chill, right?
Yeah, I think the wind chill adds that like factor and stuff. And I was like, no wonder it's so fucking cold.
I know, it's so cold.
So that's one. I'm doing the half marathon. That's in May, so I'm gonna start training for that. And then the other thing that I really want to do, which I was kind of meaning to do this year, but I got lazy, I guess, is I want to do a lot more like cooking, like in terms of like just like trying out new recipes. And
if only you had a best friend that, you know, did recipes for a living and made videos online.
I was actually going to throw this out to the audience to say, if you guys know any good like YouTube channels to follow maybe for some cooking videos, please leave the suggestions in the comment section below.
Would appreciate. I'm going to kill you.
But anyway, that's something I'm not going to do it every single weekend, but I think I want to do like every other weekend or something where I just like try a new recipe, try something different. And
again, if only you could find a YouTube channel with excellent recipes that are really easy and delicious.
That's the key there, Rose. Excellent recipes.
Excuse me, do you not make my scrambled tofu like every week?
Yeah, I do. I make your scrambled tofu. I make your what's that?
Quinoa salad.
Quinoa salad. Your decompressed noodle bowl.
Oh, do you? So basically, you watched one of my videos, and you're like, I'm just gonna base all my recipes based on this one meal prep video.
I make your kimchi.
Oh yes, there you go.
I make it by scratch, but it's actually quite a process.
So the only thing that you make that's not one of my recipes is your curry.
Oh my god, I make more stuff than that. So I have my curry.
What other things
chili
do you make?
I make that I make on myself. I do
chili. I can't remember the last time you made chili, but anyway, name the last time you made chili.
I make all different kinds of curry, guys. Also
many different types of curry.
Also pasta dishes I make sometimes. I make this like not spaghetti.
Just
penne
throw some
with
vegan
Beyond
sausages in
sausage.
there. Yeah.
It was delicious. You liked it. Anyway, so those are a few of my kind of like New Year's resolution, like not resolutions,
I love
but
it.
kind of just I want to like, obviously with the running and stuff, I want to be healthier. And also I'm going to like try to cook more meals.
Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
That's kind of my.
Fantastic. I love it.
What are yours, Rose?
I actually haven't thought this through.
Being a nicer person.
No, that's not my New Year's
I
resolution.
know, you're like,
Fuck that shit.
Who am I kidding?
I'll be more grumpy and I don't know. I mean, again, I'm pretty perfect.
I also want to try to get up to the mountains more. I feel like this year I didn't go
Yeah,
up
oh my
as
god.
much
You know,
as
this
I
is the thing.
wanted.
I feel like in 2020, like I genuinely feel like 2021 was shittier than 2020.
Yeah.
Maybe because like 2020, like yes, it was shitty, pandemic first year, but also at the same time, it was almost like it was, I don't want to say it was exciting, but it was like a thing that we all like went through together.
Yeah.
And we were all locked down at first. There was like, we didn't know what was going on. And like some like part of the lockdown I kind of enjoyed, you know, like, like, you know, slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it also like kind of forced me to do things like, you know, go hiking more. And like, that's when I started running.
Yeah.
So it was like, I implemented a lot of different things in 2020.
True.
2021, it was more just like, it was just a continuation of 2020, but then like we were kind of used to it now. So it's not as like different. We're not forcing ourselves to do like different things anymore. You know, 2020, we're like, oh my God, we're in quarantine. Let's like, you know, start playing more piano.
Let's start
like,
doing crafts.
Yes. Let's go hiking more. And I went hiking a lot in 2020.
Actually, that's a really good point because, well, I can't say for me that 2020 was necessarily, I do feel like I agree with you on that point in a sense that like I started more things. But like one thing I have to say for my own personal experience, my 2020 was a little bit shit because I literally spent 3 months of it in lockdown.
Legit lockdown.
Like legit lockdown.
Yeah.
Like, well, almost. I was 9 weeks in Spain and then another 2 weeks when I got back to Canada.
Oh, God.
So like I was in lockdown for a lot of 2020, guys. You know, obviously impacted my mental health, as you can see.
I mean, we were dealing with that way before quarantine.
That's true. Excuse me. But I think, yeah, definitely like, because 2020, honestly, well, and also I didn't have a job. So I didn't have a job till the end of 2020. So that whole summer, I was like in the like mountains so much.
Yeah.
I was like, went on like so many like canoe trips and
I know. What happened this year?
And then this year I've done a few, but not many.
Well, yeah, I've barely went hiking this year, which is really sad.
It is sad because we're
I don't get
so
it.
close to the
Why?
mountains.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
so
we need,
more
we need-
hiking.
We need to get a car.
Well, I didn't have a car in 2020.
True. We need to have friends that have cars
we-
to go hiking.
We need to force our friends to go hiking.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that needs to happen.
or we can just rent a fucking car. Let's not be babies. We can rent a car. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have I don't know. Should I have resolutions?
Well, I don't know if you should have resolutions, but is there something that you want to do in 2022 that you like, maybe something that you're like looking forward to, or?
God, is it sad that I can't think of anything?
No, you know what, Rose? That's totally acceptable. We've been bashed and beaten down this year. And for some of us, it's hard to look at the you know, outlook of positivity.
I don't know. Maybe I'll meet the love of my life. That's my goal.
Oh. All right. Well, that's not going to happen.
Clearly, I'm very optimistic about it. What about you, Daniel? You don't want to meet the love of? Is that not part of your New Year's resolutions?
I don't really think I should make that a resolution because a resolution should be something that's in your control.
That's in your control. This is what's so. I feel like everything that's under my control, I'm pretty good at. Like, you know, I've done well. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, because if it's under my control, I can control it. Like, you know, if I want to be a little bit more fit, I mean, lately, last month, degeneracy.
Yeah.
But other than degeneracy last month, it's been the holidays. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like something like finding love is so out of your control.
You can't.
Or is it?
You can put yourself out there a lot though. Like you could definitely put yourself out
True.
there.
We could
more.
put ourselves up. I mean, you as well.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well,
Are
I'm
you?
gonna be in Montreal, right? So.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Well, I don't know for sure.
So
guys.
Daniel wants to live in Montreal. Oh, so maybe this is my goal. I'm gonna buy a place in Montreal.
There you go.
So
And
I
be
can
by city.
By city. I can be dual city.
God
And then I'll date in Montreal. Hi.
Anyone
in Montreal?
Hi, our Montreal listeners. I'm going to be there for like 6 months next year. So hit me up.
Oh, shit.
I'm single and ready to mingle.
Oh my God. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. I have no I have no goals. What the fuck? Is that sad?
That is sad.
Oh my God.
No, and it's not sad. I mean, I just think like,
you know what? I've learned, here's the thing. I have learned, a part of me thinks it's sad, but a part of me is like, you know what? I'm content, like how things are essentially. Like, of course I want to keep growing. I want to, improve whatever. But at the same time, like, I think like a lot of us, like we constantly, look forward to the future. We're constantly focusing on,
we're not living in the now.
Exactly. So I think it's also important. I think it's important to set goals and, certain resolutions, if you will, but at the same time, like you need to kind of like enjoy now.
Yeah Well, and I think that's actually a good point. It's like, okay, one of the things that I want to do is start cooking more meals, like experimenting with new meals. But if I was already doing that, then I wouldn't necessarily have that as a resolution. Do you know what I mean? So like you're right, it's in some ways it's good to have things that you're striving for. But if you're like, and I'm pretty content with my life, but I always think there's like little.
You can always make little improvements.
And I think, but if you're overall like pretty content, you don't necessarily need to make big changes. You know what I mean? So
again, if you're perfect like me,
keep living your hashtag best life, Rose.
Oh God.
I think
maybe this is the resolution. I'll just try to do more exciting things, fun things, make life more interesting.
Yes, and I think definitely you need to start going out more in Calgary.
God, have you seen the city?
I have, yeah. But look, we have the Jubilee Auditorium. We can start doing more, like things like that. Like,
I know.
Hamilton's playing in the summer. We should get tickets.
You're so optimistic, Daniel. Do you not remember the last time we tried to do something fun in Calgary?
The last 3 times, you mean?
Oh my God. Anyway, you guys. So are we looking back at like what we did in 2022 or 2021? Fuck. I know the other day I was like, I can't remember if somebody asked me how old I was or something. And I was like, yeah, I'm 32. I was like, oh fuck, I'm 33. What the fuck? Am I 33?
You are.
I like legit forgot. Like,
yeah, because you just turned 33 though.
In October. Not that. Like, I legit forgot my age.
Yeah. One resolution you could have for next year is try to remember your age. And stop lying to your dates.
I don't lie to my dates.
Hi guys, my name's Rose. I'm only 25.
Hey, I could pass for 25.
Yeah, you probably could. To be fair.
You know maybe I'll get some Botox or something.
Damn, you don't need it. I need Botox, guys. I'm starting to get the lines, the crow's feet.
Nobody needs Botox. We are all beautiful.
This is true.
Okay, so what are we recapping? Like,
we're
what the
recapping,
fuck?
yeah.
Oh my, you know what we didn't do that we said we were gonna do?
What?
50,000 step day.
Oh shit!
We need to do that. So remember last year, like I think if you guys remember, like if you guys been listening for a while, we were talking because we did like a week where we were doing 25,000 steps a day.
Yes, this was in January. So we're looking at looking at our old videos right now, and we're just kind of like
reminiscing,
freestyling.
And then we were saying, oh, we should do like one day where we just do like 50,000 steps in one day.
Yeah.
I remember you're like, we should do 100,000. That'll be nothing. I was like, Daniel.
And you're like, no, that's a lot of steps.
But yeah, so we need to do that at some point.
We did the 25,000 steps a day challenge was actually, it wasn't a challenge. The challenge was finding the time.
Yes. Challenge was finding the time.
Actually doing the walking, like 25,000 steps, it sounds like a lot, but actually it's like, if you're walking around and stuff, you can do it in a day easily, but it is time consuming, right? Because 25,000 steps, it's like what, like 4 hours of walking at least?
I can't remember. Yeah.
Something like this, or 5 hours of walking. So you really do have to like, and I remember when I was doing it, I was like getting up early and then like, anyway, long story short. But basically, guys, how did we kick off this year? We kicked off this year with a ton of crazy COVID shit. I remember, so one of our videos was Shady Politicians Ruin Christmas.
I don't know what that was about.
So that one was, I seem to remember, it was about in Alberta, they locked down. They had started doing like lockdowns, and a bunch of our politicians were caught traveling to like Mexico and doing like really random shit. So
not much has changed.
Yeah, not much has changed. And then also, which I totally forgot that this happened this year, but do you remember when it was like the result right after the results of the election? Donald Trump did that like speech, and all those people like stormed Capitol Hill.
I mean, yes, we remember the Capitol.
Of course, yeah. Everyone, it's like a moment in history.
Do you remember that time when that happened? I'm like, yeah, Daniel. I think we all do.
We all remember. That was January this year, guys.
I know, that's crazy.
Like insane. Another thing that happened in around the January, I think it was December, but it was talked about in January, was our friend Soho Karen.
Oh, Soho Carrot.
That was this year. So that was another. I don't know if it's a. Anyway, the vaccine was released this year.
The vaccine was released this year.
That was
and then
huge
that's
news.
when all the anti-vaxxers came out of the woodworks.
So many.
Couldn't believe it.
Oh, it's funny because if you watch that 2021 special on Netflix, they do talk about like
Oh,
anti-vaxxers and stuff. So I think. Oh,
Lord.
God. Yeah, that definitely, I feel like that's caused a lot of
divide, a lot of drama.
It really has. This year has been drama filled for a lot of reasons. And I think definitely.
Yeah. Like last year was about the masks.
Yes.
And the lockdowns.
Yes.
And then this year it was like vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, seriously, people, this is why we can't have nice things.
But last year also was a big, huge movement of obviously the Black Lives Matter.
Oh,
obviously we had that like George Floyd.
Was that last year, 2020?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Oh
2020.
shit.
Yeah, so that was a huge kind of, and I think that's when Kenosha happened as well, was 2020.
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember 100% sure on that one, but.
What else happened in 2021? Vegan community drama with James Aspie, David Dobrik drama. Lots of drama.
There was a lot of drama with YouTubers.
YouTubers,
what was
TikTokers.
it, James Aspie stuff again? Was that with the weird like
I think he was like
investment scheme?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, so if you don't know, James Aspie is like a vegan activist, and he was like under a lot of scrutiny for a number of reasons this year. I guess it was this year, I forgot.
Yeah.
And one of them being that he like joined some kind of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And then he was like trying to sell it to his audience, saying like, oh, if I make a lot of money, then we can like save more animals. It was just like a little bit shady.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened with that. I haven't kept up with that.
Me neither. Seaspiracy documentary was released.
Oh my God. So much happened.
Yeah, there was a lot. So if you guys don't know, the Seaspiracy is a documentary that's on Netflix. It talks about, fishing and the impacts of fishing and
eating fish and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so that was this year.
Bill and Melinda Gates got divorced.
God
Holy
damn.
mother of Christ.
God damn.
What's going
guys.
on? Anybody snatched him up yet or what?
Is he still a bachelor?
I don't know.
We should check. Do I have my phone? I don't know.
I presume so. I don't know.
You presume so.
He's an old man.
Yeah, but he's rich.
He is rich.
So, when it comes to that kind of stuff, like
I don't know, man. Like they just broke up. Come on. They've been together for 20 something years. I think there's a little bit of a period of mourning.
Usually you would think so, but like often you
That's
hear about these
true.
breakups where someone's like broken up with someone and then like
oh my God, I really want to be single for like 2 years.
Oh, I love this.
And I just like couldn't help myself.
This is the best when someone's like, we all have that friend, okay? And you know what?
And if you don't have that friend, that's probably you.
Yeah. If you are that friend, don't worry.
It's fine. We're
it is
just a
what it
joke.
is. Yeah. But like we all have that friend that's like, always in relationships and then they break up and they're out of their relationship. For the first time, they're actually for the first time, I'm using Rose's mic, guys, and there's a lot of
and he thinks it's disgusting.
Look at it, Rose. Look at mine compared to yours, okay?
I think mine's rolling around in my bag. There's like Nari's fur. I mean, we got some shit going on.
Anyway, hopefully I don't choke and die in here, guys. But we all have that one friend that's like single for like a period of time, or not even. They're always in a relationship, and then the one time they're single, and they're like, oh, guys, like I just really.
My goal is to be single for a year.
Yeah, I want to be single for like a year. I want to really find myself. Like I haven't had a lot of me time. And then like a week later, they're dating someone else.
I'm like, is it hard to be like, that's your choice.
Yeah, and I'm like, what happened?
Like, I really wanted to be single. I really did. I'm like, yeah, you could have stayed single if you wanted to, honey.
When you know, you know.
And then they break up another 6 months later. Anyway.
Oh God! Also, this year was the royal family scandal. Do you remember with Meghan Markle? And,
what happened? There's some more drama with that.
Well, I don't know the full story, guys, so I don't want to like. Again, this happened like a long time ago.
People hate us when we like don't know the story.
Oh my God, I know people are like, okay, first of all, can we just talk that we're not a news channel? We are just two friends, guys, just chatting about the local headlines.
Imagine us just like, having a coffee and just talking about stupid shit.
Just chatting. So, but anyway, with the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, I guess what had happened, obviously they had a baby. And I can't remember what their baby's name.
Did they have another baby?
Maybe they had two babies. I don't know.
Did they have another baby? I can't remember.
But they
either have one or two babies.
Yeah, they have one or two babies. And basically, I guess like I saw that they'd done this like Oprah special or something.
Yeah.
And Oprah was like asking, and I saw a clip. And this I did see, guys. I saw this clip.
Daniel, everyone saw this. We talked about this.
No, I know.
Okay.
I was just saying, because
Okay.
I don't remember the full story.
This is
people
like
getting crazy on me.
Oh yeah, remember that time when like people were storming the Capitol? Remember when that happened? Anyway, okay. So,
You know what, Rose?
So we're revisiting that. Okay.
Yeah, and basically,
so Oprah's special.
Yeah, the Oprah special. And Oprah had asked Prince Harry, she was like, was there like some things like that the royal family had said about like the race of your child or something? And he literally was like, it's something that I do not wish to repeat.
Right, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like shocking. So I think there was a lot of like drama within the royal family around the like obviously I guess the skin color of their child.
Yes, we know that, but what's the update, Daniel?
Oh, I don't know what the update is. The update, I from what I've seen, I don't think they've gone back and they're not part of the royal family now.
Yeah, I know. There's some updates. I heard that it was like, well, people are saying it was Prince Charles. Is that? God, I really don't know anything about the royal family.
Prince Charles.
Yeah, that was being kind of racist. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then some people are coming back at Meghan Markle saying she's shady, but who the fuck knows? And who the fuck gives a shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, let's do a little rant about the royal family once again, Daniel.
Oh, God.
Let's abolish the fucking royal family.
It's so funny because actually, again, I've only seen a small part of that 2021 Death to 2021 on Netflix. They talk about the royal family as well.
Of course.
And they're like, what is the point of the royal family? And then it's like, you know, these people they think they're above everyone else, right? Like that they're born into this like royal family and they have like divine bloodline or whatever. And it's just like, I just feel like, guys, we're in like the 21st century now. Like
I know.
Monarchies and all of that stuff. Like it had a place back in the past. Like it was the way that the world ran back then. You know what I mean? It did have its place. Was it great? No. Did they like, you know, take advantage of thousands of people, millions of people across the world? Did they exploit people? Yes. Did a lot of crazy shit happen? Yes. But at the time, that was the structure of society and it worked for that time. But we're like past that time period now. We're like now, you know, at least like not maybe not all countries, but like a lot of countries are more like, look at like Canada, UK even, that has the monarch. It's like these are democratic countries. Like we elect people to represent us, and you know the place of what the monarchy represents or needs to be is kind of gone.
I know.
Like we don't really need to have that, like, because technically I think in Canada, like in the UK as well, if there's like a law that's passed in Parliament, I think that if the royal family wanted to, the Queen wanted to, she could override it.
Oh,
she has
the
final
power.
But they've never done it, I don't think, but they could if they wanted to. But I'm like, why do we even need this anymore? Like this is a non-issue. Like in my mind, like the royal family to me is like more of a drain on society than actually benefiting. And a lot of people argue, oh, you know, they bring increased tourism and all of this stuff to the UK. And I'm like, well, if they were gone, do you think people would really stop visiting the UK to see like Buckingham Palace? Like actually more people might see because like, or more people might go because the palace could be open for you to visit and like go in and do all this stuff. Like these are people that are living extremely lavish lifestyles. And it's founded on years and years and years of exploitation.
It really is, yeah.
Because part of the wealth, because obviously I actually looked into it a bit more, and like part of their wealth isn't just from like getting some money from taxpayers.
Yeah.
They don't get that much from taxpayers. I think they were saying like the royal family costs each taxpayer like a certain amount of money every year. But they own a lot of like assets. Yeah. So they own a lot of like land and stuff. So like a lot of like towns and stuff, the royal family actually owns that the land, and everyone's leasing from them. So they get a lot of money through that way, all that kind of stuff. And that's how like a lot of these like lords and dukes and whatever,
what the hell?
They still have like land holdings.
I know.
From like archaic centuries ago.
How do we get rid of them?
I don't know.
Not get rid of them, but like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, what the hell, dude?
I don't know. I just don't get it.
That's stupid.
Especially the interesting thing, especially with like a place like the UK. It's going to sound so bad because I'm from there, guys. I've lived there. We've both lived there. He's
British. He can say these things.
Yeah, well, we both lived there. And I think globally, the UK has this like, people look at the UK as this like super mega wealthy country that's like everything's great. You know, like you see these images of like London and you think it's this beautiful place, which parts of London are. And yes, there's a lot of wealth in the UK, but also there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of poverty. There's a lot of people that are struggling there. And I feel like a lot of the money that's paid or even not directly paid to the royal family could be better used to like help, you know, a lot of people within the UK. Look at their NHS system, for example. Like it's really struggling.
Is it?
Yeah, they're like always like lack of funding, not enough nurses, not enough doctors. So it's like a lot of that money, or even those assets that are generating the royal family money that they never even bought themselves, it's just been inherited over centuries of generations. It's like maybe some of that could be used to build up some of their services.
It's literally so archaic, the concept of the royal family. It's like you're born and immediately you're like a fucking prince.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And it's crazy because back in the day, because the church and the king were so well aligned, right? The church is like emphasized that they were the divine right, you know, born,
oh my God,
chosen from God, you know, and people believed this for so long.
I know.
And it's like, bitch, we all the same people. We all gotta.
And bitch, we don't believe that shit no more.
No, we all go to the bathroom. We all have to eat. We all have to do all of these things. We're people. Like, we're all exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my little rant. End of my rant for the royal family.
Fuck the royal family. No, just kidding.
If you guys have some arguments as to why they should be around or in existence, not in existence, but like why we need to continue that archaic model in the UK, let me know. I would be interested to hear your thoughts, but I don't know if you're going to change mine.
No, you ain't. No. You ain't going to change my mind.
God
all right, what else happened in 20? Oh, we had the Demi Lovato and the Froyo incident.
Oh my God.
And then after that, of course, we had her calling aliens. No.
Yep.
Saying alien is an offensive term to aliens.
Yes. And that actually sparked a very interesting meme, or not a meme. It was like a picture that Rose had sent me. And it was like I think it was like a word cloud. And it had a bunch of words in there that are no longer considered, or that are all considered to be like not politically correct.
Oh, that article. I sent you an article. Oh my God. It was bad, Daniel. We need to talk about this article.
Oh my God. I know.
I need to grab my phone. What is this? Oh, that's my old phone. But okay. No, I can still use it.
Dang,
oh God. This article.
Devices.
Oh God. No, my mind's charging.
Okay. But yeah, like.
It was bad.
Oh.
Okay. Like, it was actually bad. Yeah, I sent it to Daniel like not that long ago, actually.
It wasn't that long ago. So it's this article that just talks about like, you know, certain words, like, and it was funny because it was kind of like prompted after that whole alien incident with Demi Lovato, where she was like, alien is offensive to aliens. And then Rose,
here it is. I found it. This is by CBC News, which is also very disturbing.
Which is shocking.
Which is like a very reputable, you know,
news channel.
News. Yeah. So words and phrases you may want to think twice about using.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's like, oh God, it's actually, I mean, some of it's kind of understandable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, God, can people use brains for a second? You know, like it said, like, here's the thing, guys. First of all, context matters. We always talk about this.
I know.
It's like you can't just say a word is offensive just in and of itself. Okay.
Exactly. Context
matters. If you're using it in an offensive way, yeah, it's offensive.
Of course.
Like, half the time, it's not. Like half these words, I'm like.
And you could make a word that's not offensive somehow. You know, if you're like saying like, let me think. Like I'm trying to think of a word like. A regular word, but you're like using it aggressively to something. Like, let's say like truck or something. You're such a goddamn. You're like a pickup truck. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good example, but like again, out of context, the word pickup truck not offensive. But if you're like meanly directing at someone because maybe they're like, I don't know, for whatever reason doing something, and you're like, you're a goddamn pickup truck. I don't know where that came from, guys. It's a stupid example.
I love it.
It's all I could think of in this.
So here are some words that we should probably think twice about using.
Okay.
Blackmail, blacklist, and black sheep. What do those words have in common, Daniel?
I don't know. You tell me.
It says the issue here is that these are all negative terms, said Joseph Smith, an anti-racism trainer and educator. It connotes, okay, first of all, no, I'll just keep going, okay? The lowering of the blackness on the spectrum with regards to value was further developed, blah, 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 blah. So basically anything like has the word black and it's negative, we can't use it apparently.
But there was other ones in there that shocked me even more.
Yes,
go to the word cloud for a second.
Okay, ghetto I kind of get.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think that's something that people have been talking about for a while. Yeah. But inner city?
Yeah.
Apparently we can't say inner city.
Which
what
is
the
weird.
Fuck, people? Okay? Like, can we stop? Okay, I'm sorry. This is why people laugh at liberals and think that we're stupid. Because of dumb shit like this. I'm sorry. But like, why is inner city
Does it say why inner city is a bad word?
It says, terms like ghetto and inner city grew out of the Industrial Revolution in North America. The word ghetto also has a pain. Okay, again, I understand ghetto. And ghettos and inner cities were typically seen to be places where less refined people lived. The people who weren't up to date culturally. So basically, it says inner city was seen as dangerous and risky. Again,
but this shows you Calgary's a perfect example of this.
Shit has changed.
Exactly,
bitch.
and also how again, context is so important, because in Calgary, we have communities that we call inner city communities. There's actually, and I personally, when I'm looking for a place because I'm going to buy a place eventually, and I want to live inner city. But in Calgary,
can't say that, Daniel.
But in Calgary, inner city means that you're really close to downtown. You're in the inner part of the city.
Which is like an affluent area.
Which here
often.
here is a very affluent.
In a lot of places, if you're in inner city, like think about London. If you're in
Yeah.
zone 1, that's inner city. That's very affluent.
Yeah.
So it's like, what, and why is that inherently bad? Like, yes, maybe people thought inner cities were, dangerous places back in the day.
Yeah.
But like, why does that mean that it's an offensive term? Like, that makes no fucking sense. It
Yeah.
wasn't used in a was it even used in a derogatory term?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
another word, spooky. What the fuck?
Why is that?
The term spook, used sometimes to refer to a ghost, spy, or something that's strange and frightening, has a history of being an anti-black slur when white soldiers began calling fellow black soldiers spooks during World War II. Okay, let me say this again. I've said this before. But just because a word was used to, offend somebody else at some point in certain contexts within history does not make that word inherently racist or bad or something that we shouldn't say. Okay? Like, there are certain words that it was the only use of that word.
Exactly.
Like the N word, for example.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We shouldn't say it. Fine. But words like spooky, there's multiple meanings to that. And I've never heard of
I've never heard
it
of
being
that
used
either.
against black people. What the fuck?
That's not how I was ever taught about that word.
Sold down the river. I don't even know what that means. Something about slave trade. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Grandfathered in. Let's talk about this.
Why is that?
So, okay. If you guys don't know, grandfathered in is basically like a term in like a business or government.
Like, for example, let's say you're on a cell phone contract that you've been with your contract supplier since you were like really young, 10 years ago. And they're going to say, hey, we actually don't have this plan anymore, but we're going to grandfather you in because you've been such a long standing customer or something. That's like one example of like, we're going to grandfather you into this plan.
And it's a very wide, commonly used term. And it's not like supposed to be anything, there's no morality to that term.
No, it's just like we're doing something
term.
that's like something that's been discontinued, but we're going to continue doing it kind of for you.
So let's read the reason why we can't use that term.
Okay.
So apparently this phrase dates back to the 19th century, to a 19th century policy called a grandfather clause, which indirectly stopped Black Americans from voting by limiting eligibility to only those whose ancestors could vote. So it has a potentially racist beginning. But again, it's not used in that way anymore. Anyway, it's also speaking to that patriarchy, a patriarchic family having supreme power over how things operate and manifest, and them possessing all the power and autonomy to make decisions and dictate the course of the future.
I don't know. I do also think like there could be words or phrases that were used in the past, but like as we grow and as we evolve, vocabulary changes. The way that we use phrases also changes. Like think of all the new phrases that people come up with these days, like the youth generation or whatever, or the phrases that we used, and then how they change over time. And like if for example, grandfathered in, if it was used back in the day, that was a different thing because it's not used like that anymore.
Yeah, we don't even literally the definition is like how we described it.
Exactly. Like grandfathered in is a exact term like what we were just talking about. Maybe back then that's exactly what it was used for, something completely different, but it's evolved and changed. So why is it inherently bad?
Because it's the patriarchy.
God damn.
Fuck the patriarchy.
But I guess some people could say argue
I didn't even think that it was like a power term though. I thought it was like grandfather. I don't know why I was like, why is it called grandfather? Maybe it's because it's like an old.
Usually it's like an old thing that they're doing.
It's an old thing that you continue because that's So that's kind of why I thought it was called grandfathered. Maybe you know what? Let's change it to grandmothered in. I don't fucking care. Okay. Yeah. And then there's spirit animal. Daniel, we can't say spirit animal anymore. Powwow. What the fuck is powwow? You can't say tribe either. Oh my God. Can we speak?
No.
It says, given the history and current oppression of indigenous communities by settlers, metaphors English speakers casually use, such as spirit animal, let's have a powwow. I've never heard of that. And a tribe can be a painful insult to indigenous communities. Like, what I want to know, do Indigenous people actually care about this? I don't actually think so.
Yeah.
It's like, are we speaking on behalf of them?
Yeah.
Like, are you Indigenous?
I wonder though, like, I mean, because especially again, like I've talked about like, what's your spirit animal, for example? And it's never like, again, it's not meant in a derogatory way. Like I'm not saying, oh, I don't know.
It's a spirit animal has become a term of endearment to describe someone who the speaker deeply relates to or loves.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. However, she notes spiritual connection and reverence for nature and ancestors is deeply rooted across Indigenous cultures. And the phrase itself turns that concept into a casual catchphrase. Guys, I'm going to say this.
Uh-oh.
Maybe this is going to get me in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Cultures do not own words. Okay? And again, words can have more than one meaning. Okay? Just because I understand maybe in Indigenous culture or in other, you know, whatever religions, whatever, even the word spirit, then we should not be able to use because, you know, I would say it in a very casual way. I'm not religious. I'm not anything. But people in religious communities would use it in a more, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, there's some other ones there. I think there was like brainstorming. There was like just tons of stuff that are, you know,
it's
inherently.
Just, first world problem. Blindsided, brainstorm, blind spot. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So that was that article. That was something that came out in 2021. Yeah. Some other really highlights for me, I have to say. I'm just like looking again at some of our old videos here, guys. Our friend Fraley did a video on Rise.
Oh my God, that was the highlight of my year, guys.
Yeah, it was just.
Fraley did a video on May.
Yeah.
Fraley. Hi, Fraley.
Hi, Fraley. No, so Fraley did a video on Rose.
If y'all don't know Fraley, I mean, she's a legend.
Yes.
She's a living legend.
Yeah.
So she was a very big vegan YouTuber back in the day. And she, you know, was a little bit of a, shall I say, cult leader.
She definitely provoked some interesting.
Anyways, I used to really like her back in the day, just like a lot of people did. And she would promote, like, you know, a raw diet or a raw till 4 diet, as she calls it. And she has a very strict standard of how we should be eating as vegans. Okay, she doesn't, you know, of course she wants you to be vegan, but it has to go further than that. You can't eat wartime food.
You can't drink coffee. Anyway, if you guys want to see the full video, check out our Patreon. We did a full response. Well,
we did a full response. Well, we did a reaction.
Yeah.
My first reaction of watching the video that she did about me, it was golden. Like, it was a golden moment.
There's some good moments.
It was one of my favorite videos of 2020.
Yeah.
2021.
Another really, really good one, actually, that Rose gave me the pleasure of this viewing pleasure, which was basically, it was Steven Crowder versus Sam Cedar.
Yes.
And this, guys, if you haven't seen it, you should just Google it. Basically, I guess Steven Crowder, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but basically Sam Cedar had wanted to debate Steven Crowder for quite some time. And Steve Crowder would like always seem to like back out of these events and stuff. So
Sam Cedar is a left-wing political commentator. And then Steven Crowder is a right-wing political like commentator type of person. They both do videos on YouTube.
Yeah. So basically, Steven Crowder was gonna do a debate with Ethan from H3H3 podcast. And the thing is, it's funny because Steven Crowder's like, he'll always debate people, like, but not necessarily, he won't like challenge himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, because even Ethan was like, I'm not really a challenge. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, so like, I'm not the best debater. And on it, he surprises him and like zooms in Sam Cedar to like do like a debate with Steven Crowder. And the response, guys, honestly, the video's so golden. He literally acts like a big child and is like, whoa, and doesn't even let him speak.
Yeah. And then he's like, I'm not going to do this because you tricked me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And people are like, why can't you just have a conversation?
Exactly. Like, why can't you just have a conversation, just chat? And it's because he knows he'll look stupid. So that was an amazing thing that happened this year.
Brittany got free.
Oh yeah, Brittany did get free, guys. That was a huge
story.
That was a big one.
We talked about it throughout the whole year. Yeah. We got some oh God. we got some Dave Chappelle drama and transgender community drama.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened.
There was a
this
lot
year.
of drama
Yeah.
about that. I still haven't seen the Dave Chappelle special.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it.
Okay, I need to watch it, and then I don't know. I'll have to decide.
Tell me your thoughts. Another really big story this year, guys. I'm not sure where you guys were sitting on the fence with the Candace Owens story about how she wanted to get a COVID test from a private facility, and this was like so crazy. Like she basically tried to book it at this private facility. This private facility rejected her and was like, "No, we're not going to like let you, come to our facility
because you've been talking so much crap about vaccines
exactly.
and anti-mask
because you've been making our job hard personally.
Yeah.
Like you've been giving us a really hard time. So here's the address of the public facility that you can go to down the street. Like go
Yeah.
so and then so many people got like really mad and they were like siding with Candace. They're like, she has a right to health care, blah blah blah. And it's like they never were. It wasn't a public facility that was rejecting her.
Yeah.
This was a private business that chose not to give her the service and directed her to the public facility where she could have got it.
Yeah.
And I think given what she was doing, they were well within their right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the reason why it was so funny is weeks before, Candace Owens was like backing this bakery that had refused to make a cake for this gay couple because they were like wanting to this wedding cake or something.
Right.
And she's like, yep, it's well within the business owner's prerogative. If they don't agree with that person or whatever,
Right.
they can refuse them business.
Right.
And then as soon as it happens to her, what does she do? Pulls the race card right
Yeah.
away. She's like, it's because I was black. And also,
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Oh
She's like,
my
she pulls the
God.
race card. She's like outraged. She's just losing it.
God,
so
she's so insufferable. I actually cannot.
I know. It's so funny. It's like that whole like not Boy Who Cried Wolf, but you just know those people that
Yeah.
like,
just full of shit.
Yeah. Another big headline, which I hope in many ways woke a lot of people up, but there was this guy who claimed to be Mr. Anti-Vax. You remember that?
Oh, there was I remember that, but there was so many cases like that where
there was like three, I can't remember all of their names, but
radio
there was
show hosts.
Yeah, very conservative radio show hosts in the US. All three of them got COVID. So Mr. Anti-Vax, they all died, but the two of them, I seem to remember that they like got back onto their radio show and was like, or they posted something and were like, guys, this isn't a joke. Go get your vaccine. Blah,
After
blah, blah.
they got COVID.
Yes.
And they all died.
Yes.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
Yeah, it was like,
But then one of them, like, he just died. Like he didn't say anything.
yeah, I think that was Mr. Anti-Vax. He was like, I'm never getting vaccinated. It's so stupid.
Oh God.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh my God. I honestly cannot understand.
I know.
So yeah, the whole anti-vax shit. Like I honestly, this whole year has been crazy with that.
It's insane.
Oh God. And then we had, the tragic case of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Wow. So much happened this year.
God, I know.
It's kind of weird it's kind of like weird to look back and you're like, holy shit. I got food poisoning. I also got bed bugs.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that was another highlight of my year. Honestly, guys, if you want some real fun, interesting story, you need to check out our episode where Rose got bed bugs.
Oh God.
It was priceless.
Yes.
That's one story you're never gonna live down. Rose.
I know. I can't even believe.
And poor Rose, honestly, she's a champ. But like the entire trip, because if anyone's ever had bed bugs, I personally never have. I never wish
hate you,
it.
Daniel.
Even when we shared a room, I didn't get bed bugs.
I hate you, Daniel.
But apparently these are really like these bites are super itchy, right?
Oh, I'm itchy.
And Rose, how long were you itchy for?
Daniel, we are not talking about this right now. We are not reliving my painful memories.
Oh God damn.
We got some what our influencer celebrities.
Oh
God,
yeah.
we talk about a lot of things on this podcast.
Oh yeah, you know what else was a big thing that happened this year, guys? Squid Game.
Oh shit.
Hello.
Oh my God, did you watch Hellbound?
I haven't seen Hellbound
You
yet.
guys, so a lot of people are saying like Hellbound is the new Squid Game, but like they're completely different. Okay, people are just saying that because they're both Korean and they're both a bit like dystopian, like But anyway, Squid Game. Let's talk about Squid Game first.
Oh God, such
what
a good
show! Did you watch it more than once or just once?
I've seen it twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd definitely watch it again. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
It was like crazy.
It was
like a huge wait for like a good couple weeks.
Oh, everybody. It was I feel like Squid Game was like the Tiger King of this year.
But like not like much more.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Like it
was a lot more.
It was definitely streamed more and stuff. But I do remember like during like last year, 2020,
right. Everyone was watching Tiger King.
Goddamn,
yeah.
everyone was talking about the goddamn Tiger King.
But then like Squid Game was like ultimate, like everyone
Yeah.
was watching it. I think Tiger King was more so maybe like English speaking countries.
Yes.
Whereas
Yeah.
like Squid Game was like literally
Global.
every single,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't watched it yet, what the hell are you doing? You need to watch it. It's actually really good.
Check it
and you should
out.
also watch Hellbound.
Okay. That's on my list now, Rose.
And-
Well, actually, it already was on my list. I
Yes,
just haven't watched it yet.
If you watch the first couple episodes and you're like, what the hell is this? Just keep going. Trust me. Okay.
How many episodes is it?
I think it's like only 6 or 7, so it's not too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
So very, very, very doable.
Oh my God.
What else happened? Oh, we we discuss our favorite topic quite often this year, which was family channels.
Family like vlogging channels.
Yeah.
What was the main thing that
So
happened?
we had a couple. So there was one where I can't remember what the YouTuber's name was, but she was like posing with her child, and there's a video of her like she's basically she's like crying.
Jordan Cheyenne, I remember.
Cry for the camera. Cry. We need to get this shot. And
We
he's
need
like,
to get a thumbnail.
Yeah, and he's like, Mom, I'm really sad. And she's like, just cry.
Yeah, because they found out their dog was sick or something.
Yeah.
And then she was like vlogging it because why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you share it with the world? Did it even happen if you don't share it with the world?
Exactly.
And then
I'm sorry, but if I'm like crying, like I don't want someone filming me.
I actually don't get
like
it.
get the fuck away.
I know. I don't get it.
Like, and if it's your what I don't understand, I'm not a parent, but what I don't understand is like from what I understand from my friends that are parents, like if they see their kid crying,
Yeah.
they want to like help them.
Yeah,
they're like
exactly.
they don't care about. And at that point, mom or dad mode goes in. They don't give a fuck about no one else.
Yeah.
They're helping their kid and they're taking care of their child.
I know.
And the thing is like you like not see red, but you just like that's what you focus on. So I'm like, I don't understand how these parents are like, oh, my baby's crying.
Yeah.
Let's get some pictures.
Let's get a thumbnail.
And especially when your child is old enough to be like, I'm actually upset here.
I know.
Like
I know. It's crazy.
that was.
But yeah, anyway, I think she deleted her account.
Yeah,
And
I
I don't
think
know if she came back. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They eventually always come back, but
Yeah, they come out of the woodworks
yeah.
eventually.
So family channels, fun times.
And we also talked about Dan and Nikki Filippi. They're not really. Are they a
Oh.
family channel? They are, right?
They kind of, I think.
Yeah.
I think they came back.
yeah.
But basically they got into like some hot water
Oh,
because
yeah.
they like euthanized their dog when like the dog was like not sick. Basically like because the dog was like quote unquote violent.
They said
and
it was
the entire internet like fucking
well, it's
lost.
because they said, oh, our dog had a lot of behavioral problems and stuff.
Right.
But then there was like tons of videos with them like with their dog, and their dog seemed fine.
Yeah.
And then also like there was videos like the day before they like euthanized their dog, they did like a family photo shoot and had
Yeah.
their baby with their dog, and like everybody's like taking photos and stuff. And I'm like, a lot of people were like clapping back. They're like, okay, if this dog was as bad as you say it was, you wouldn't be posing like this.
Yeah.
You know, and we're like, oh, we're fearing, we're worried, this dog's out of control.
And they were like not doing the responsible things. Like if you had a dog and a baby, like, you know, they were like allowing the baby to kind of like provoke the dog.
Well, and they even said, didn't they? I think they said at one point that he was like, they're
like
pulling his ears.
ear. The baby was pulling his ear, and obviously it's not the baby's fault. Like it's
Yeah.
a baby. Of course, the baby's not going to know anything.
But apparently,
Yeah.
and they, I think I remember them saying in the video that he was like so patient with the baby and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though the baby was like
Oh my
ripping its
God,
ears and
I just
stuff.
don't get it.
And I'm
How
like,
do you
ugh.
euthanize your dog?
Yeah.
Anyways, that happened. Oh my gosh, so much has happened.
I know. We also had this situation. Did we talk about the that spa situation?
Oh, the transgender woman that went into a spa.
Mm-hmm.
Was it even a transgender woman though? I'm trying to remember. But basically the drama, and some people were saying it was fake, but then some people saying it wasn't
Well, and then
fake.
other people came out and said that the person was a registered sex offender that was doing this.
Oh my God.
There's like so many like
It was dramatic.
Yeah.
Basically what happened was apparently in Koreatown in LA, they have this like Korean style spa. And in those type of spas, you kind of like get fully naked in like the, you know,
Yeah.
people get naked basically, okay? And I guess there was somebody that was, I'm not sure if they were actually trans or if they were claiming to be trans. I think there's, so either way, somebody was claiming to be trans, a trans woman. So, you know, still a male body.
Yeah.
And they were like naked and there was like kids around and it caused like a whole bunch of like drama. And then, yeah, that was very dramatic. God.
God damn.
It's a very tough issue. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's a tough issue.
God damn.
Anyway, there's a lot of trans drama lately.
There is.
A lot
There
of
is
trans drama.
A lot of stuff going on.
Uh-huh. Anyways, what's next?
We also talked about climate change.
Oh God.
And all
Every
this
single
stuff.
time we were like, fuck The world's coming to an end.
Yeah, because this year, guys,
This year was the craziest.
It was insane. We had across Western North America, there was like the biggest heat wave that's like ever happened.
Right. Hottest record temperatures.
Since they've started measuring temperatures, basically. Then there was all the flooding that happened in Europe.
Yeah.
Like it was just like crazy shit happening this year. And now we're in a fucking deep freeze.
Oh, yeah. Mo, you know how you said it was going to be a polar vortex?
Yeah.
Is this a polar vortex?
I think this is.
Oh
Have
my
you checked the
God.
forecast is like this for the next 2 weeks, Rose?
No.
Yes.
No wonder you were depressed.
I'm like so sad. I'm like, because I really enjoy going for walks and stuff.
I know.
And I hate being trapped in my goddamn house and like running from my house to my car. And then, and today I dropped my mom off at work and I was like, because I'm borrowing her car and literally was going to leave the parking lot and the steering like just stopped working.
No.
Yeah, it just like stopped
froze.
working. Yeah.
The wheel froze.
And then the light came on and this like red light came on. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
so I called my dad.
no.
I was like, I don't know what to do. He's like, you have to let the car warm up a bit longer.
Oh.
Then you like, and I was Googling all this stuff to figure out how to do this. And I guess sometimes power steering fluid, like it doesn't freeze, but sometimes it gets a little bit of water in
God.
it. And it like freezes a little bit. 'Cause it's been like, it was like minus 30 today.
Yeah, it was very cold
Like
today.
you could not even, you were outside for 2 seconds, even with my special thing, you know? And I was fucking cold.
I know. I haven't been outside yet. I'm very scared.
Oh God, you do not want to go out there, Rose.
I have dinner plans. Fuck my life.
Damn. Were you walking there?
No, hell no.
You taking an Uber?
No, my friend is picking me up.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
nice.
can you pick me up, please?
Yeah, you like just don't go outside. Like,
yeah.
if you even go outside from the car to the restaurant, you will see what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, it's too cold.
Like
How do we never get used to this? This is the thing.
No, but the thing is, last winter was we only had like 1 week in February that was like this.
Right.
The rest of the winter was very manageable. I mean, look, we did our 25,000 step challenge in January.
Right. Maybe in January to warm up. Who knows? We complain when it's cold. We complain when it's warm. I mean, we complain when it's warm because we're worried about climate change.
Exactly. There's a lot of stuff going on, guys. So, what
currently
else?
we're living through a polar vortex. Ooh, Alec Baldwin situation.
Oh God.
What's the update? I saw this really weird interview he did.
Yeah.
With Alec So he did an interview. I can't remember with who, but like it was like the first time he was like speaking about this.
Yeah.
And then like it was, I don't know if they edited it, like, because I didn't actually watch the interview. It was like the trailer to the interview, but they made it very dramatic and very like cinematic almost.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like he was like maybe acting. And there's like some drama. Like people are saying that like, because he said in this interview trailer, he was like, I didn't actually pull the trigger.
Well, obviously he did it because someone died and got shot.
I don't understand.
How
if
could
you guys
you
don't
not
know
pull
the
the
story,
trigger?
which I mean, I'm sure you guys know the story, but basically Alec Baldwin was on a movie set.
Yeah.
And like as part of the movie, like he had like what he thought was a prop gun.
A cold gun, right?
A cold gun, which means there's no bullets.
Ammo or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly we know nothing about guns.
Yeah.
And then he had shot somebody that worked on the set and killed her, unfortunately. It was so fucking tragic. But yeah, I don't know the updates with that.
Me neither.
Oh God.
There's just been it's been a crazy year, guys. There was the Astroworld tragedy as well.
Oh my
happened.
God.
So
the world is fucked up. Why do we follow the news?
Oh God, I know. On all these stories, all this crazy
Any
stuff.
updates on the Astroworld tragedy? I know that people were suing him.
Yeah, I think he's getting sued, and I also think, well, again, like I think he also like offered to pay for a bunch of like funerals and stuff. But I think the families have rejected because I think they're part of the lawsuit, and I think you know what I mean. Like they're trying to send a message, I guess. But again, I think we kind of talked about this. We were back and forth on the Astroworld. We got a little bit of backlash for it. But again, it's like it's hard to necessarily point blame to artists. I mean, there's a part of it is like, okay,
definitely part blame.
Yeah, part blame is like, okay, you guys were getting the crowds too riled up. But then also like a big part of it, you know, is the security that's at the event and like what's happening at the event. And a lot of that I don't think is generally managed by the artists themselves. Actually, I don't think it would be. It's by a company that, you know, either they outsource the security to or whatever else. So that was like another thing. Another thing that happened this year where we also got some backlash was the Kyle Rittenhouse story, guys.
The verdict of Kyle Rittenhouse. He was found not guilty of all charges.
Of all charges.
Do we want to visit that again?
I don't think we're going to visit it, guys.
No, we've talked about it in full length.
You guys can watch their last couple videos where we talk about it and we actually revisit the story because a lot of people were like, you're not educated. You need to watch it. And you know what? It's so funny is like I watch the videos and I'm like, okay, I've seen the videos now and I've seen what you guys are talking about and like it still hasn't fully change my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, was he, again, it's very controversial. Like, was he acting in self-defense? Potentially, but should he have been there with a gun?
Yeah.
No. Like, you're not going to change my mind on that. Like, you're a 17-year-old. Anyway, I'm not going to.
We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into it. And of course, we had the lovely visit from Omicron.
Yep. Well, we got Delta, we got Gamma, we got.
Oh God, which one was Gamma?
I think I made that up. And we got Omicron.
Is that part of the Greek alphabet that we didn't know about?
Yeah. Well, and the interesting thing, so I've read some articles about Omicron. Like, I've just been kind of like loosely following it. And there was an article by CBC recently where they're talking about, because we're getting like an increased wave here in Canada, and they're like, oh, hospitals are like battening down the hatches and stuff, but they're saying like overall the consensus is that it's a little bit like less not impactful, but like less severe, especially for those that have already been vaccinated. So if you've unvaccinated, you fucked. Not necessarily, but like they said, it's like less severe, but there's still like, there's a lot of unknowns. So they're kind of like waiting and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
They said that the time will tell in the next kind of couple of weeks to see because they've definitely had like, especially like, well, I think even in Alberta, but like Ontario and Quebec, like they've been having like,
record numbers.
Rising
I think
cases.
Even Alberta, it's been record numbers.
So we'll see if that translates and reflects to hospital visits.
You guys, like, is 2022 going to be like, is it going to be better?
It is. So guys, 2022, we're going to have a fantastic year.
We're putting it out there.
Exactly. We're throwing it out there. I'm excited. I'm going to be cooking lots, guys. Potentially, it's not a for certain thing yet, but
I don't like that sort of, you need to be more,
Okay, well, I was going to say I might be living in Montreal.
Oh, I thought you were going to say potentially I'll be cooking more.
No, I will be. That's a goal of mine. Maybe it won't be once.
Oh my God, are you going to move to Montreal?
Not permanently, just like a temporary, like.
And then we have to record remotely again.
Oh God, the editing for remote recordation. Oh. But anyway, guys, on that happy note, if you guys want to share your highlights of 2021, what was your favorite episode?
Or your woes of 2021. Oh yeah, your favorite episode.
Yeah.
What more do you guys want from us?
Yeah,
Let us know.
What more can we give you?
As in, what kind of content did you find, the most interesting?
Yeah.
What are your New Year's resolutions? If you have any, share them down below.
Exactly.
If 2021 was shitty for you, well, welcome to 2022. It's going to be better.
Hopefully.
Let's
see what happens, guys.
We're putting it out there in the universe.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I can't believe it's 2022.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm not ready, you guys. I'm not ready. But anyways, I'm also ready.
Yeah. Anyways,
thank you so much for listening. On that positive note, thank you so much for listening. And of course, once again, if you are not subscribed to our Patreon, go check it out. It's patreon.com/the SaVeg Podcast.
Yep.
And of course, do not forget to give this video, if you're watching it on YouTube, a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And what else, Daniel?
Also, don't forget to hit that follow on whatever podcast platform you happen to be listening to our podcast on. Then you get updated with the latest episodes. Check out our Instagram at the SaVeg Podcast. And you guys have yourself a wonderful New Year's. I mean, it's probably already passed anyway, but welcome to 2022. Woo! Hopefully this will be a great year for all of us. And, we're looking forward to bringing you guys more content in the new year.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.
Bye.